I run through all the villain names, found a mix this time around, and one of them from folklore, and finally a Western villain. Welcome to my channel, KC. That's me, Carrie Chug, the Sledge Storyteller, here to talk about the wonderful world of storytelling, its art form, its many mediums and history. And if you like this video, please click like. If you like this channel, please click subscribe. And while you're at it, click that notification bell. Thank you. Now, more talk of public domain villains spanning from ancient myths and folklore to modern media in any form that I see still having strong storytelling potential. Let's get started. Salty Gruner, first appearance in Strange Tales number 85, 1961 by then Atlas, which is now called Marvel, by Stan Lee and Steve Ditko. Yes, here's one villain that Marvel let slip through the cracks. Salty Gruner was a prisoner in a Lost Island prison. But shortly after his arrival there, Salty and his convict friends noticed that the prison had minimal security. This was because there was no need to worry about anyone trying to escape, with there being shark-infested water surrounding the island. And within the jungle was said to be a mythical ape-man creature. Gruner took full advantage of that superstition to help ensure his escape, and he ran into the jungle in the dark of night. After all, who was going to follow him with the possibility of running into a legendary monster? But once in the jungle, he got the rude awakening when he came face to face with the giant ape himself. Somewhat reminiscent of that point in the novel Frankenstein, where Victor Frankenstein encounters his creation, the monster, several months after created him and he had been on the run. The ape had an affliction several years ago after he had been a normal man who got on the bad side of a local witch doctor who in retribution cursed the man with his transformation into the large giant ape creature. And the only way that the curse could be lifted was for him to transfer it to another person. Not easy to do in the uninhabited jungles of the Lost Island, so yes, he takes full advantage of the opportunity here. Salty faints from fear, only to awaken as the latest giant ape monster. A guy who won't accept the consequences of his actions and looks for a desperate way out, and karma catches up to him. How do you think he would react to that? Let your imagination take us places on that. Sikander the Robot Monster, first appearance in War Comics number 1 in 1940 by Dell Publications. Creator is unknown, but Sikander the Robot Master is a European would-be dictator who has invented intelligent robots and has made them to look just like normal humans to covertly secure strategic positions all across Europe and America. Sikander and his lady, the Countess Sylvia, had already sent a few of those robots to an unnamed European nation. The robots had taken it over, but Sikander needed to secure more gold to help create his robots. So he sends his latest robot called X5328B to go to Fort Knox and snatch up more gold, except that when they're not in their human form, they're hot to the touch, potentially causing surrounding objects to flame up. That's your setting and how much power Sikander wields with the robots, how the gold factors in their makeup, and how he acquired the kind of funds needed to build that kind of robot before he would get the kind of gold. You could pit him against your created hero or any public domain hero at your disposal. Give it a try. Skinwalker, origins unknown. So back to folklore, the kind of folklore I made part of my Werebeast video 3 Halloweens ago. In Navajo culture, a skinwalker is a witch who can morph into, possess, or disguise themselves as an animal. These witches are in direct contrast to Navajo values, performing dark rituals and working manipulative magic in opposition to the medical benefits from medicine people. Now, if you want to base this directly on Navajo folklore, I strongly advise doing some heavy-duty homework so you get the lore right, and maybe even talking to a Navajo, see how good they might feel about you tapping into that lore. But if you want to be loose with the lore, have it to be its own thing with animal morphing and magic in an entirely different setting. But this has high potential for its sheer danger and the surreal elements, bringing psychological weight to the conflict against a wide array of hero power sets. Straw Man. First appearance, Tim Holt, number 27 in 1952 by Magazine Enterprises, creator Frank Bull. So here's the aforementioned character from a Western. Now, I've mentioned several times in my videos going back that I am a big Western fan, and admittedly, villains, while an actor can bring a unique personality to their character, their methods are largely limited and it's hard not to make them generic. But here we have a unique kind of Western villain, the Straw Man. He emerges as a cunning and ruthless criminal mastermind, uses terror and theatricality as weapons, dressed in a ragged, straw-stuffed clothing, burlap mask, and wielding farm tools as weapons, aka a scarecrow. He projects almost supernatural images to strike fear in his victims. While not truly supernatural, he relies on atmosphere, shock tactics, and careful planning to unsettle his foes. In his debut story, the Straw Man leads a gang of outlaws that disguise themselves in scarecrow-like garb to commit robberies and sabotage. His schemes are equal parts psychological and physical, using the imagery of the scarecrow as a symbol of rural dread. Mixing the Western with macabre, a novel character setup that brings strong conflict. But that's my list of public domain supervillains this time around that merit modern depictions. Agree, disagree, something I left out? Please let me know in the comment section. The link to order the Sludge miniseries is in the link below in the description, in paper or digital format. I'll keep saying, let's all look for civility about bad news. Shootings out there are very unsettling, but let's try to be the answer to that. Let's be the good, and let's find friends wherever we may go, and everybody we meet, let's see them as a potential friend. Everyone be safe, and God bless.